We have just arrived in Colombo, the bustling capital of Sri Lanka. For most travellers, this is their first stop when they get to the island, as it's home to the international airport. But here's the big question. Is Colombo worth visiting, or should you just skip it entirely and head straight to the famous beaches and lush mountains of Sri Lanka? In this video, we're diving into Colombo to see what it's really like. We'll visit the must-see sites, get our first taste of Sri Lankan street food, and figure out how to navigate this bustling city. By the end of this video, we're going to share our honest verdict. Are we glad that we came to Colombo, and would we recommend it for you? So stick around, hit that like button, and let's kick off our journey around Colombo.
Even though you'll fly into Colombo International Airport, you're actually still an hour's drive outside of the city. After landing, we were planning to take the express bus from the airport and into the city, but after landing, there were no signs for the bus stop. We asked at the information centre, and even though they were really friendly, they struggled to give us directions to the bus stop. So after a bit of searching, we called it a day and decided to opt for an Uber instead. Getting the Uber was really easy. We logged on to the airport Wi-Fi, and it cost us the equivalent of around 12 English pounds. So let's get out and start exploring Colombo.
We've started our day by coming down here to Galle Face Green, which is a big open space here at the beautiful waterfront. It is in the middle of Colombo's financial district, so there's plenty of big modern buildings around. But at the moment, there is not an awful lot going on. So there's plenty of cafes and restaurants around the outside of this green, but nothing's really open. We have heard that actually this is the spot to come and get a great view of the sunset. So perhaps we'll fit it into our itinerary to be back here a little bit later on to try and get a view of that sunset.
Right at the end of Galle Face Green, there is this teeny tiny little stretch of beach. We've got no time for sunbathing today, but there are plenty of other people getting in and out of the water. Over the next few weeks, we are going to be heading down to the south coast beaches of Sri Lanka. So please subscribe to our channel if you want to see more. Pettah market, which is the biggest market in Colombo. We're here on a Sunday, so some of the stands are closed, but it is still crazy busy. I hate to think what it would be like on any other day of the week. Now, there are loads of different streets, each street selling different types of produce. We've just enjoyed walking through the one with all the fresh fruit and veg, which looked amazing. We are now coming down a street with what's like clothes, bags, shoes, that type of thing. Pretty much anything that you want, you can get here at a really decent price. What's obvious is that this is a market for locals. There aren't many Westerners here, and all of the products that are on sale are intended for the locals at local prices. Off we go.
So next up on our tour of the city, we have come across to the Lotus Tower, the tallest building here in Sri Lanka. It's been designed to look like a lotus bloom, and it really does. This huge green tower and purple ball at the top is pretty impressive to see. When you get here, there is an observation deck up at the top that you can go to, but we're not going to worry about doing that today. We've been inside, had a look around. There's not a huge amount in there for us to do, but it is here on this beautiful lake. So we're going to take the opportunity to have a walk around the lake when we're here.
Stumbled across this Buddhist temple right on the lake, so we decided to pay the 400 rupees, about £1.30, to come in and have a look around. I'm talking quietly because it is so peaceful and tranquil here. There's not a whole lot here. It will probably take us 10 minutes to have a look around, but it's definitely worth it just to get a break away from the city. We've just stumbled across this market next to Colombo Racecourse. It is called the Good Market, and it's named that because it has loads of organic and ethically sourced products. There are lots of jewellery stands, clothing, and there is live music on all day. We have come along to Green Path, right in the centre of Colombo, and we'd heard that there was often events on here, and there's this festival going on behind us right now. What is clear is that we are the only Westerners, but it feels really safe. Everyone here in Colombo so far has just made us feel so welcome.
Far the easiest way to get around Colombo is by tuk-tuk.
This is as good as having the aircon on.
Not only does it keep you cool, it's also a great way to see the city. To order our tuk-tuks, we used an app called PickMe. This app made ordering tuk-tuks super easy, but you also get the security of driver reviews and a set price. Whilst the tuk-tuks are a great way of getting around, they might not be the most reliable.
So we've been in the tuk-tuk for about 2 minutes, and it seems to have broken down.
There's no seems to about it. Our tuk-tuk died.
We're walking back.
We were literally in it for about 2 minutes from the restaurant. Got onto the main busy road, stopped at the traffic lights, no life in the tuk-tuk. So, we're gonna have a little wander along, see how long it's gonna take us to walk back to the hotel, and if not, we'll just have to grab another one.
It's fixed. Or had it just run out of petrol?
Looks like that's the case. Let's hope that's the case anyway. What are the chances of this tuk-tuk getting us back to that hotel? Well, we're going to give him another go because he found us as we were walking along the street, he pulled into the petrol station. Hey, he's working hard for his money. You can also get around the city using local buses. Uber is available, but we found the best alternative was simply walking. For our first evening in Sri Lanka, we headed across to Culture Colombo, a lovely restaurant serving beautiful traditional Sri Lankan food.
I've gone for a traditional selection, so I've gone for paratha bread, which is like a really lovely layered flatbread, a dal, which I've had at home. This is just a much spicier version, and then it also comes with a coconut sambal, which is really tasty.
My first proper taste of Sri Lankan food is I have gone for a chicken curry with roti breads. Now the roti breads are fantastic. They probably a little bit harder than I thought they were going to be, but amazing for dunking into the dals. Yeah, really, really delicious. The chicken curry, I asked for a little bit of spice, and I'm struggling already. I'm not too bad with spicy food, to be fair, but if this is a taste of what's to come from Sri Lanka, then I will be asking for no spice, because that nearly blew my head off.
It's quite spicy, but it's manageable spice, even though we asked for no spice. What do you think?
I think it's nice, but again, for something that's supposed to have no spice, I think we need to be a little bit more explicit and say no chilies at all when it comes to ordering food in Sri Lanka. Otherwise, we are going to have to get used to having a mouth that's on fire. We've decided to end our day by watching this beautiful sunset from up here on our hotel's rooftop deck. And that brings us to the end of our time here in Colombo.
So to answer the question of whether Colombo is worth visiting, in all honesty, probably depends on how long you're staying for. If you're only in Sri Lanka for a short amount of time, then it might be worth skipping Colombo and heading straight off to the beaches and the mountains the island's most famous for. Having said that, we're lucky enough to have 5 weeks here in Sri Lanka, so we're really glad that we came. We managed to fill a couple of days quite easily, but any more than that and we would have struggled.
So next up, we are heading into the heart of Sri Lanka and we are off to explore Sigiriya, and we cannot wait. As Rachel said, we have got 5 weeks exploring this amazing country, so make sure to subscribe to our channel for more of our journey around Sri Lanka. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next video.